A trip to the courthouse turned into one Bossier woman's worst nightmare when she says she was arrested, taken to jail, maced, and stripped naked right in front of male Bossier deputies. And the entire thing was caught on camera. KSLA News 12's Jonathan McCall spoke to the victim in a story you will see only on KSLA News 12.
The thoughts are unimaginable.
It's not every day that you get arrested on a non-existent warrant and forcibly disrobed in front of male officers. It doesn't happen, not in this world, not today.
But for Sheila Lozada, she doesn't have to imagine them because she lived through it. This story begins right here at the Bossier Parish Courthouse in Benton, Louisiana, back on May 2nd of 2008. That's when Lozada says she came here to pick up a record from the Bossier Sheriffs Office and was arrested for an outstanding warrant for failure to appear in court. But there's just one thing wrong. That warrant, according to Lozada, was rescinded.
And then I was transferred to the Max, where I was forcibly derobed in front of several male officers and pretty much degraded.
Lozada was booked into the Bossier maximum security around 12:45 that afternoon and was brought to this padded cell after deputies thought she was suicidal, something Lozada denies.
Why would I want to hurt myself or anybody else when it's you guys' mistake?
Once inside the cell, deputies asked Lozada to take off her clothes to put on a paper gown, but she says she refused because there were male Bossier deputies present.
I asked, can I please have some privacy? I don't mind putting the robe on, and they were like, no.
And when she did refuse,
so I laid on the ground and put my hands, like you saw, to the side, and he told the female officer to close the door. So she went and she kind of closed the door, and that's when he put his foot in my neck and reached in and maced me.
The video shows at 12:47 two male Bossier deputies and a female deputy inside of the cell with Lozada. A female deputy goes to close the door, and the two male deputies each have a foot on Lozada's body. One deputy appears to have his foot on the upper part of her back, while the second deputy appears to have his foot on her leg. Just seconds after the door is closed, one of the male deputies reaches down, puts his hand near Lozada's face, and immediately she begins to squirm and move around, trying to free herself.
And while I'm squirming and wiggling from that burning intensively, I'm asking, why did you do that to me? And he told me because I wouldn't shut up.
A minute later at 12:48, deputies leave the room, and for 8 minutes, Lozada, blinded by the mace, struggles to see and even uses her hands to feel her way around the room. Lozada would be left alone until 12:59, when she says deputies came back once again trying to get her to put on that paper gown.
And they were verbally abusive, and there were male officers there. The sergeant was there, the lieutenant was there, and the sergeant just said, pull your clothes off or we're going to do it for you.
And after Lozada says she refused to get undressed again in front of male deputies, according to the camera at 101, the deputies did it for her. The camera shows a male Bossier deputy entering Lozada's cell and begins to forcefully remove her shirt. A female deputy also present undoes her pants, but Lozada is not wearing any underwear. By this time, Lozada is stripped completely naked, and in the video you can see what appears to be male Bossier deputies witnessing the entire incident and watching Lozada naked.
I knew I was going to be leaving in a couple of hours, but that I had to go through all that dehumanizing, degrading, and demoralization was just totally not professional at all.
Not only did they strip her of her liberty, when it should not have been, but they literally stripped her humanity by doing that to her.
Nelson Cameron, Lozada's attorney, says it's not uncommon for male guards to supervise female inmates, but in this case,
there was no necessity in bringing men in there to do that. That is, to me, outside the bounds of human decency.
I didn't go out of the house for like 2 months, just petrified. But I think about it daily. I mean, I actually live with it. It's something that I'm not going to get rid of.
In Bossier Parish, Jonathan McCall, KSLA News 12.
Now, Lozada has filed a federal lawsuit against the Bossier Sheriff's Office and against the deputies involved. Because of the lawsuit, Bossier Sheriff's officials declined to comment on the case, but they did tell us they've had a history with Lozada in the past.